Hey, how's it going, everyone? Justin again. As always, thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Today I thought I would just briefly discuss some of the common spark plug conditions. I know you guys can look in the back of any Haynes manual like the one I have here and see this for yourself. But it raised an interesting thought, which is why I decided to create a video on this. So I've been having some longer than normal crank times in the morning. For those of you that have been following me, you know I've checked the battery and done other stuff in the past in the videos and just couldn't quite figure it out. Like I said, the car's sitting at about 130,000 miles and I just changed them all out. I have them in order over here, from the spark plugs I took out of the front half and the spark plugs I took out of the other half of the engine. And it got me to really thinking, I need to look in the back of this book and take a look and see what some of that means. So let me go ahead and grab one, and they all look pretty much the same. But if you look here, there's a little bit of deposit. The gaps on these were a little bit excessive. I think we were looking at anywhere between 6 and 8 thousandths of a gap difference between what the manufacturer specification is and what they actually are. You can see here towards the top that it is slightly rounded and kind of worn down a little bit, and that the electrode has kind of come down a little bit and created a bigger gap. The porcelain looking like a pretty much just a used condition spark plug. I didn't see any cracks around the porcelain here or burn marks showing that it would have been cracked. So I started taking a look at this book. And right here, I'm going to try to see if I can't scoot this forward and zoom it in for you. Right here where it discusses the normal wear condition, it says rounded electrodes with a small amount of deposits on the firing end. Normal color causes hard starting in damp or cold weather and poor fuel economy. So I have noticed a decrease in fuel economy. I've definitely noticed like hard starting or prolonged or long starts in the morning, especially since it's been cold lately. And it just got me to thinking, I don't think that we think about this kind of thing when we get ready to start our car in the morning. I think one of the last things that pops to our head is what kind of condition are my plugs in, or how long has it been since I've done it. I think a lot of times most of us are not thinking about plugs. We're thinking about some kind of battery issue or corrosion in the terminals or something like that. But it's just kind of food for thought, something to think about. There are of course other things, and I'm not going to go over every single one. I'll just briefly tell you what all the other different things are on here. But they have carbon deposits, so they show you what the carbon deposits would look like. They show you ash deposits where it's just kind of collected up, and this would be maybe from like a fuel additive. Oil deposits from poor oil control, things of that nature. Gap bridging, where there's some muck in the middle and what causes that. Mechanical damage, detonation, maybe premature or late detonation. High-speed glazing, so maybe from running it fast and hard, I don't know. Pre-ignition shows you what it could do to that at that point. And then if it was running too hot, so maybe like an overheating issue of some kind. So just something to think about, guys. If you ever have a prolonged start first thing in the morning and it's relatively cold out or damp out, and you check the battery and everything seems to be normal, maybe come back and pull a spark plug out and see what kind of condition your spark plugs are in. That's all I got for this video, guys. Just a little helpful tip or suggestion to those of you that might be having hard crank times or prolonged crank times in the morning like I've had. I just so happened to take a look at these before throwing them away, and I was like, wow, you know what? Let me check this out and see, because I'm not really sure what this means. I was curious. When I read that, I was like, wow, man, you know what? That was probably the problem all along. And I just would have never thought of it had I not pulled these plugs out and decided to do a tune-up. So that's all I got for this video, guys. Hey, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. Thanks as always for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Deuces.